I'm Kennedy, and I'm going to be your host today on Twin Talks. Last week, we showed two famous twins, Luke and Leia. This week, we are going to interview Artemis and Apollo. Please give them a hand.
That's so self-centered. You would clap for yourself? And why do they always have them put your name first? Like,
Artemis and Apollo has much better flow and ring to it than Apollo and Artemis.
well, I'd prefer.
You'd prefer?
Okay, settle down, twins. Who'd like to go first?
Me.
Of course. Flashy, got Apollo, handsome, gotta be first.
Of
So-
course.
So, Apollo, what's your occupation?
Well, I got some words for you. PPSMMT. Poetry, prophecy, sun, I drive the sun, musicians, medicine, and truthfulness.
So, have you ever had trouble doing all of these things?
Of course not.
Yeah, right.
You haven't always been responsible. Firstly, you let your son Pathon drive the sun chariot because somebody swore on the river Styx.
I tried to change his mind.
And he almost burned he almost burned the entire universe. And then he
Entire
almost...
universe.
Earth, whatever. And then he almost
I
froze
was
it
just
all
giving my
'cause-
son a nice present.
Okay, so here's the Earth, level Earth, okay? Here's where the sun's supposed to be. He went like that and almost burned it all, and then he went like that and almost froze it all. Hopefully our dad
Collateral damage.
Okay, so what are your powers, Apollo?
Well, I can play this awesome music that just calms everybody down. I heal who I choose. And I also drive the sun chariot around. Give everybody light, make crops grow. You know, I can, as I said, heal people. And I'm very good with the bow and arrow.
So, for your musical powers, do you have a specific instrument that perhaps is a symbol to you or is very important?
Well, my original instrument was the lyre, but I've decided to upgrade to a more modern instrument. Wait for it. The guitar. Oh, I've gone through multiple different instruments, but this by far is my favorite. Isn't it just perfect? During the 16th century, I went through a total violin stage. I mean, everywhere you turned, it was violin this, violin that, you know? So, I'm still a little rusty, but... Beautiful, isn't it? And as you know, drums are all the rage. Sleep instruments.
Oh, thank you for the beautiful music. So, we now know that the lyre is one of your symbols, right?
Yes.
Do you have any others?
Well, I have the laurel tree, which is the victor's crown, as you would say, because I always win. And I also have the crow and the dolphin.
Do you have anything else, perhaps?
Oh, well, of course my bow and arrow, but I thought you already knew that. Haven't you been listening at all?
Oh, I'm sorry then. Did you perhaps use a specific type or something?
Well, I've sort of upgraded it like everything else over the centuries and eons and whatnot. I can't remember. Sometimes I wake up and I still think it's 1812. So this is my bow right now. It's a little on the small side because it's a compact bow, not a baby bow as you would say. And, it's perfect for just showing off to the ladies.
Okay, so is this the weapon you use?
Of course. What do you expect me to use? A big spear like Ares or something?
Well, alright. So, for this next part, let's let Artemis talk a little more, and you can both tell me a little bit about who your parents are and where you were born.
Yes.
Fine.
So, our parents are Zeus and Leto. Zeus, as you know, is married to Hera, queen of the gods, and once he saw our mother, he was instantly in love. But he didn't want Hera to notice. So, eventually, somehow they got together, and then Leto was pregnant with us. And so Hera found out, and she was outraged. So she cursed all the land that anything with roots connected to the earth, it must not let Leto give birth.
She put it on and everybody hates it because she's so boring?
Yes.
I don't care about your story. I'm
Then,
talking to
so-
the animal.
As she was
You're interrupting our conversation here.
Okay, twins. Artemis, why don't you continue on?
So as she was running around trying to find a place to give birth to us, a horrible snake-like creature who was currently occupying the Oracle of Delphi started chasing her around, and Leto finally found an island, the island of Delos, that was just floating around at the time, and she was able to give birth. And I was born first, and I helped my mother deliver him.
Oh, that's what they say.
That's interesting. Artemis, what's your occupation?
Well, I'm the goddess of the moon, the hunt, and also I protect young maidens, and I am also goddess of childbirth.
So, do you have a lot of responsibilities because of
It's
this?
one of her dogs begging for food because she doesn't feed them.
Feed them plenty. Well, my responsibilities of this is I hunt the wild beasts of the world that are plaguing human civilizations with my followers. I do have hunting dogs with me, which is
All the governors.
so I do that. I also protect young maidens and children. I am the goddess of childbirth, and oh yeah, I do drive the moon.
Only occasionally.
I hunt.
Do you have powers?
Well, my powers include I can shoot a bow and arrow without missing my target pretty well, and I can also change people into animals.
Oh. That was the last guy who tried to move in on her.
It was not.
Oh, yeah?
This is an actual guinea pig.
I'm sure it is.
Well, where do you live?
I live in the woods with my followers, and we set up camp where we are, and my hunting dogs. One time,
Fine.
Do you have any symbols?
the crescent moon, the stag. I have stag earrings on right now to prove that. Also,
She's a girl! I never knew that.
Only girls have their
also the cypress tree.
So, do you have any weapons?
Yes, the bow and arrow. Oh yeah, the bow and arrow is also my symbols. The bow and arrow is my main weapon. Don't have my silver one with me today because it's in the shop being repaired.
Guess who bought that for
Nobody.
me?
No, you didn't.
Best brother ever,
The
right?
Cyclops made them for me. And then I also have
Oh.
hunting bags.
What do you think told the Cyclops to make it for you? It was a birthday present.
Alright, I heard Apollo had lots of girlfriends. How about you? Do you have husbands or boyfriends?
Don't leave those open. You're no guinea pig with it. I mean, seriously, don't you have any respect for sharp objects?
Actually, I do not. So I had spent enough time with him in the womb when I got out. I wanted a break from men. So I went.
A break is temporary.
I went to my father Zeus, and he told me I could have whatever I wanted. And so I asked him for eternal maidenship, and he granted me it, along with my followers and everything else.
That's enough. So thank you so much for sharing today, twins, about yourselves. And thank you, listeners, for staying tuned in this week as we listen to Artemis and Apollo. Continue to do so, and we will have a real treat for you. Next week, we will be interviewing Jay and Jim Homme, the Doctor duo.
Who's that?